A warm welcome to all the participants to the grand finale of Indicia 2020. This is the fourth edition of the National Level Forensic Medicine and Toxicology Quiz being organized by the Department of Forensic Medicine and Toxicology, Tanjore Medical College. We take this as a pleasure moment to welcome you all. I humbly welcome our head of the department, Professor Dr. Saravanan sir, and our beloved assistant professors, Dr. Udebanu ma'am and Dr. Arulmadi Kannan sir, to this grand finale. This event was planned amidst this pandemic with the efforts of the students of Dasilian's batch and the students of Tanjore Medical College. In the preliminary round, we had around 1,068 teams registering, and we had 870 teams participating in both the prelims. From the preliminary round, we had the top 100 teams advancing to the quarterfinals and 20 teams into the semifinals. From the 20 states, more than 20 states participating, now we have the top 6 teams of this Indicia 2020 fighting for the trophy in the grand finale. We once again welcome all the participants of the finale. Let me introduce the finalist of Indicia 2020. We have Dr. Indumati and Aarti Shakti Bala from Government Tirunelveli Medical College, Karthik and Anirudh from JIPMA Pondicherry, Gayatri Jinesh and Hazel Ann from JIPMA Pondicherry, Ryan D'Souza and Preetham from Mysore Medical College, Amit Singh and Arushi Kalana from JIPMA Pondicherry, and Shruti Ravishankar and Neelavati from Madras Medical College. Now, without any delay, let's move on to the rules of anthrax round. Now, moving on to the rules of the quiz. We'll be having around 6 rounds in the grand finale. Before we proceed with any round, let us just look at the rules of the special round anthrax. Anthrax is one round which is peculiar to Indicia, and this is again the 3rd edition of anthrax, making it interesting to you all. This round will have 2 laps. Lap 1 is procuring the questions, and lap 2 is the main round, which is round 5. The rules of lap 1. Each team will be put in a separate room session along with an organizer from our side. The participants should have their video on and unmute themselves throughout the session. In a time span of 1 minute 30 seconds, the teams can discuss among themselves in their individual sessions and frame 2 valid questions, which will be from forensic medicine and toxicology only. Questions can be messaged to the concerned team organizer in the chat box within the allotted time. A 30-second countdown will begin, and the participant will automatically rejoin the main session. The discussion with the allocated rooms will remain confidential. The questions framed will be asked to the other teams in the anthrax round. Let me repeat the rules of this round again. Please note that your team will be put in a separate session along with an organizer. Please turn your videos on, unmute themselves throughout the session. The time limit is 1 minute 30 seconds. The teams you discuss among yourselves in your individual session, and please note you must form 2 valid questions. Please message it to the concerned team organizer in the chat box within the allotted time. Later, you will be entering the session again, and the questions which you have put forth will be asked to the participants of other teams. So, you will also be receiving the questions of other teams in the main round. Over to the quizmasters to proceed with the proceedings of the grand finale of Indicia 2020.
Teams, please turn on your video. Teams, now I've enabled the breakout rooms. You'll receive a small pop-up called Join within 10 seconds. Please click Join to enter into the rooms. Is there any doubt? I call upon Quizmaster for round 1, Sri Tyageshan Paranivel.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Go.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Chagesh, and I'll be the quiz master for this round. The first round of Indicia 2020. This round is history. Okay, so can I have the rules, please? So in this round, there'll be 6 hyperlinks, and you get to choose a hyperlink, and in that there'll be the picture of one personality. So you should identify the personality within 30 seconds. And if you answer the question correctly, you get 10 points. If you don't answer it, the question passes to the next team. It passes to the direct next team. For example, if there is team 1's question, it will pass to team 2, team 3, and so on. Please note that there is no negative mark in this round. Okay, is everybody clear? Does anybody have any doubts? Next slide, please. Okay, team 1, are you ready?
Yeah.
Please.
Iron Man.
Okay, please open Iron Man. Here's a question for you. The timer starts as soon as the slide changes. Timer starts now. Identify this personality. Do you have an answer?
Hello.
Hello?
James March.
No, I'm sorry. Please try
Sir,
again.
James
Yeah,
March,
five
sir.
more. No, wrong. No, this is the wrong answer.
Sir,
Sorry.
James March.
No, sorry. The question passes to team 2. Team 2?
Charles Bell.
No, sorry. Question passes to team 3. Team 3, do you have an answer?
Orfila.
William Burke.
No, sorry. Question passes to team 4.
Air.
Sorry?
Air.
No. Sorry. Question passes to team 5.
Lord Lister.
No. Sorry. Team 6.
No idea. We'll count it.
Okay, so can I have the answer, please?
Screen varamati. Kirti has.
This is Carl Wilhelm Scheele. He was a Swedish chemist who discovered elements like manganese, oxygen, chlorate, molybdenum, and barium. He devised the first chemical test to detect arsenic in corpses. Now we'll pass to the next question. Team 2, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Captain Marvel.
Okay, please open Captain Marvel. Sorry, your timer starts now. You have 30 seconds. Do you have an answer? You have 10 seconds more. You can try.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Team 2.
0.
Yaru.
Your time is up. Sorry. The question passes to 16. Team 3, do you have an answer? Team 3. Okay, we'll move on to Team 4.
Sir Francis Galton.
Yes, that is the correct answer. Again, plus 5 points.
Captain America.
Okay, please open Captain America. Here's a question.
Yeah, go on, Kyadesh.
Here's a question. You have 30 seconds. Team 3, do you have an answer?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, your time is up. So the question passes to the next team. Team 4, do you have an answer? Team 4. So question passes to Team 5.
Sir Bernard Spilsbury.
No, sorry. Question passes to Team 6.
So is it Alphonse Bertillon?
No, sorry. Question passes to Team 1.
Sir, is this Ebal, sir?
No, sorry. Question passes to Team 2.
Letul.
No, sorry. Can I have the answer, please? So this is Sir Edward Richard Henry. He was a British Land Force officer. He was stationed in India. Based on him, there was a pattern of archers, loops, and holes. He was the first one to outline the fingerprint classification system. So we'll move on to the next question. Next question goes to Team 4. Team 4, please choose a hyperlink.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Please open Wonder Woman. So, you have 30 seconds. Identify the personality, please.
Matthew Orfila.
No. Sorry, you can attempt. You have 10 seconds remaining.
10, 9,
Can we attempt again?
7,
Yeah, you can attempt again. You have 5 seconds remaining.
Paul Zacchaeus.
No, sorry. Sorry, your time is up. Question passes to the next team. Team 5.
Lord Lister.
Sorry.
Lister.
No. Sorry. Question passes to Team 6. Team 6, do you have an answer?
No, we're passing.
Okay. Team 1.
Is it Gottfried Plunkett?
No. Sorry. Question passes to Team 2. Team 2, do you have an answer?
No.
Team 3.
No.
Okay. So can I have the answer slide, please? So this is Theophrastus von Hohenheim Paracelsus. He is also known as the father of toxicology. He paved the way for the era of new chemical medicine. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. Next question is for Team 5. Team 5, please choose an hyperlink.
Black Widow.
Okay, please open Black Widow for Team 5. You have 30 seconds. Your timer starts now.
Anton von Leeuwenhoek.
No, sorry. You can attempt again. You have 20 seconds.
Sir Bernard Spilsbury.
Yes, correct. That is the right answer. So Bernard, please. You get 10 points. So Bernard Spilsbury was a British pathologist. His major cases include Henry Kippendus, Major Armstrong case, and he was also the founder of modern physics. Thank you. Let's move on to the next question.
So
So
we're
team six.
Aquaman, right?
Yeah, let's put that one.
Okay.
Please open up your mind. Identify your personality. You have 30 seconds.
Is it August Walmer?
Oh, sorry. Can I put again? You have 15 seconds more.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Mila, எதாவது guess சொல்லு.
0.
Do you have an answer? I'm sorry, your time is up. The question passes to team one.
Alexander Gettler.
Yes, that is the right answer. So you get 5 points for this round.
At a single answer.
And with that, we
Time
conclude the
limit for
first
each
round.
question is 1 minute. If you answer it correct, you'll get 10 points. And only if you answer it correct, you can validate the clues. And for each clues, you'll get 2.5 points. So a total of 10 points. The maximum score for this round is 20 points. A question, if not answered by a team directly, can be passed to the other teams. No negative marks. Next slide, please. I request Team 6 to select the hyperlink.
We'll go with pandemic.
Okay. Remember, as soon as the slide changes, the time will start. Next slide. Any guesses?
Okay, this is drowning. The second picture is froth. The third picture is diatoms. The fourth picture is wash. I mean, that's a washerwoman. So washerwoman's hand is a clue. Is the clue. The first one is.
The first one is?
Yeah, that's our final answer. Drowning.
Okay. Now let's see the answer. You're right. The answer is antemortem drowning. The first picture is stated in a grey appearance of skin. The second picture is shaving lather like froth. The third picture is diatoms. And the fourth one is washerwoman's hand. So the next slide, please. Team 5, I request you to choose a hyperlink.
We'll choose cure.
Okay. Next slide, please. Any guesses?
This is a toxin resembling a viper bite, which causes gangrene and increased bleeding. It's a hemat.
Okay. Could you be more specific?
So vascular toxic.
Your time is running out. What is the answer? What is this?
Don't know.
What is your final answer?
Viper bites.
Okay. What about the clues?
This is gangrene. Then the third clue suggests increased bleeding at the bite site
Okay. Why?
due to vascular toxic venom.
Okay.
Then fourth is a plant resembling the viper bite. I can't recall the name of the plant.
Okay. What about the first one?
First one, it's a snake viper.
Okay. So, moderator, can you please display the answer? Yes, you're right. It's Russell's viper. It is hematotoxic and causes gangrene. The scale pattern which we saw is very specific for viper. It has 3 rows of red and brown scales in the center, which is surrounded by a layer of black scales, which in turn is again surrounded by white scales. But you were not able to find the fourth clue, right? It is actually a plant called as Hemidesmus indicus. A compound which is extracted from this plant has anti-inflammatory, antipyretic, and antioxidant properties specifically against Russell viper's venom. So you've got 3 clues right, and the answer also correct. Next question. Team 4, please choose a hyperlink.
Genesis.
Okay. Next slide, please. Any guesses?
Is it ergotism?
You're right. What
Okay,
about
first
the
one
clues?
is wheat or barley or rye.
Okay.
Rye consists ergot. The third image is vasoconstriction due to ergot.
Okay.
The fourth image is coronary vasoconstriction or cerebral vasoconstriction. Fourth image, I don't know the movie, but looks like a heart attack because of coronary vasoconstriction. Second one is
Okay.
burning of wheat, rye, or fourth one is ergot. Okay, final answer is ergot poisoning.
Okay. Now let's see the answer. You're right, the answer is ergot poisoning. The first image is that of a rye bread. The second one is Salem witch trials. Actually, in 1692, around 20 people were executed as they were assumed to be practicing witchcraft, but actually later it was found that they were actually a victim to ergot poisoning, which spread through rye bread. The third and fourth images are actually gangrene and convulsion, which are the clinical features seen in ergot poisoning. You did not get the fourth one right, but the other fourth and second clue right. You got the first and third clue alone right. So you get 10 plus 5, 15 marks. Next question, please.
Excuse me.
Yeah, sure.
Fourth one, I said that it could be heart attack or it could also affect cerebral vessels. So cerebral vessels.
Okay. I'll get
because
back.
I don't know the movie, which movie it is. It is not Tamil movie. I think it's Tamil movie.
Yeah, okay. I'll get back to you on that. We'll move on to the next question. Okay, is it okay? I'll get back to you on with it later after discussing. Team 4, is that okay with you?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. Now let's move on to Team 3.
Outbreak.
Next slide, please. Any guesses?
Ithai disease. The first one is it looks like a cadmium. It has a golden color, and the battery contains cadmium, and that person has this ithai disease or
Okay, so we have come to the end of 2 rounds. We'll begin the 3rd round shortly. Is everybody ready? Okay, so the 3rd round is basically riddles. So while researching for this, I found out that riddles are mystifying, misleading, or puzzling questions that aim to deceive the audience. I surely hope these questions do the same and you guys have a good time solving these riddles. So we'll begin from team 1 to 6. So team 1, let me first display the rules and then we can go ahead with the questions. Moderator, could you please? Yes, thank you. The rules, each team can choose a hyperlink of their choice. They get to answer 1 riddle. The time limit for the riddle is 1 minute. Correct answer will fetch you 10 points. It is desirable to explain the clues. However, no marks will be awarded for it. A pass question will deem 5 marks to the team that answers it. There will be no negative scoring. Is everybody clear on this? If you have any doubts, you can unmute yourself and ask me now. Right, so let's move on to the slides with the hyperlink. Team 1, are you ready? Team 1, am I audible to you?
Yeah, Pokemon.
Okay, so team 1 has chosen Pokemon. Could you please display the question? So the timer will begin once we shift to the next slide. I will definitely read out the riddle once and you can begin answering. Is that clear? Okay, could you please display the question? The famous mouse went to drink. A few pegs down, it started to swim, using its imaginary limbs as a fin, and in its height, it began to sink. You can start deducing. You have 50 seconds left.
Is it cafe coronary?
No, sorry, you still have 40 seconds left to answer.
Hallucinations?
No, you can keep answering. 30 seconds. The clues are in the riddle itself. Please read the lines carefully. You have 10 seconds left to answer.
Is it shallow drowning? Shallow drowning?
No, I'm sorry. Your time is up. Does team 2 want to take a chance? Team 2, the question gets passed to you.
Alcohol intoxication, delusion of grandeur.
No, sorry. Team 3.
Pass.
Okay, team 4. Please read the question very carefully.
This is chloral hydrate poisoning and barbiturate poisoning. Famous mouse is Marilyn Monroe, and it is the chloral hydrate is also known as Mickey Finn.
Mickey Finn is the correct answer. Please award points to team 4. Right. So famous mouse refers to Mickey Mouse. A few pegs down refers to the drink itself. The next 2 lines refer to the fin and being under the influence of the drug, and in its high, it began to sink refers to the effect of the drug itself. Very good, team 4. Let's move on to the next team, team 2. Are you ready?
Yeah, Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty, could you please select Rick and Morty for team 2? Ready? The question will be displayed now. Could you please display the question? Something's eating my insides. I know for sure it ain't drugs. I feel the creeping in my guts. What is it that thrives inside? Please read the question carefully and answer the question. You have 40 seconds left.
Is it body packer syndrome, Magnan syndrome, creeping?
No, sorry. You still have 15 seconds. You can make future attempts.
Sulfuric acid poisoning?
No, I'm sorry. Time is up. Can the question be passed to team 3? Team 3, do you have an answer?
Ma'am, tactile hallucinations and delirium tremens.
No, I'm sorry. It's a more specific answer which we are looking for. Team 4, do you have an answer?
Is it formication Magnan syndrome?
No, I'm sorry. Team 5?
Maggots.
Could you be more specific?
क्या?
Could you be more specific, please?
Tapeworm.
No, I'm sorry. Team 6?
Is it body stuffer syndrome?
No, I'm sorry. That was an answer previously given by one of the teams. Now, team 1, do you have an answer?
Is it myiasis?
No, I'm sorry. Could we display the answer slide, please? Now, this is very specific to Ekbom syndrome. It's a psychiatric delusion that is basically makes the patient believe that he or she is infested with parasite. And the fact that we have written it ain't drugs clearly signals that there was no involvement of cocaine bugs. We'll move on to the team 3. Team 3, your question.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Right, Full Metal Alchemist, please. Right, now please display the question. I am responsible for everything here. I hold the ship's steer. With me around, you have nothing to fear, and I am here to save your rear.
Delusion of grandeur.
No, I'm sorry. You can make other attempts. Now, the topic is not just limited to forensic psychiatry. Other topics have also been chosen. You have 30 seconds left. Five seconds. Time's up. Next team, team 4, do you want to take a guess?
Is it dipsomania or hallucinogen?
No, I'm sorry. That is not the correct answer. Team 5.
Is it vicarious liability?
Yes, that is the correct answer. Team 5 gets 5 points. This is a law that holds a person liable for the wrongdoing of another person, even though the person has personally done nothing wrong. So it basically refers to an employee-employer relationship. It saves the employee from being sued for his legal actions because he was working under the direct orders of his employer. So ship steer refers to the employer and saving the rear refers to the employee. Very good. Next, move on to team 4. Are you ready? We can choose the hyperlink.
Leech.
Please put on the question. If you're ready, we can display the question.
Ready.
Sure, start. Valentine deserts first, then I follow Newton's law. Top to down till the claw, inflexibility the final straw.
Is it strychnine poisoning?
No. As I
Botulism?
mentioned before, we have not just confined ourselves to psychiatry and toxicology. You can broaden your horizons, and each line is a clue.
Rigor mortis?
Yes, that is the correct answer, but I need you to be a little more specific.
Nishtam's law?
Yes, that is the correct answer. Please display the answer slide. Niston's rule. So why Valentine Deserts first was written is because heart is the first involuntary muscle to get rigor. Then it followed Newton's law of gravitation. It refers to the fact that the apple fell from up to down, and that is how rigor comes in our body, from head to toe, and it leaves the same way it came behind. Very good, team 4. Let's move to team 5. Team 5, your choice. Question.
We will start with the fourth round, that is diagnosis round. Each team will be given one case to diagnose, and you'll be given 1 minute of time to diagnose the case. And if you diagnose the case correctly, you get to answer the sub questions, and for that you'll be given 45 seconds. I'm sorry for the error. And upon answering the 5 sub questions, you get 2 points each for sub question and 10 points for the main diagnosis. So total score you can get in this round is 20 points. And please note that there is no pass, and you can answer the sub questions only if you answer the main diagnosis correctly. Is there any doubt? So, team 6. Let's start with team 6. Team 6, please choose a hyperlink.
We'll choose Mr. Bean.
Okay. Just a minute.
If I may take over for a few seconds, this is with regards to the last question of round 3. We are awarding team 6 with full marks, and we do accept nihilistic disease. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Continue with the code.
We'll start as soon as the slide changes. You have 1 minute to diagnose the case.
Okay.
Next slide, please. So here's the question. You have 30 seconds. But we have 1 minute. You have 40 seconds remaining.
Is it a bullet injury?
Yeah, I want a specific.
Angle shot. The person was shot at an angle.
Yeah, okay.
Is that okay?
Sure. I want you to describe the 2 injuries you see in the image. You have 20 seconds more. I want a specific name. Sorry, I can't hear you.
Is it a keyhole injury?
No, sorry.
Um.
Your time is up. So, can I have the answer, please? So, in this you can see 2 injuries. One is a distant gunshot wound to the right abdomen, and then you can also see the brush burn which is seen on the right distal arm. You can see both of those correctly. So that was the answer to the case. So let's move on to the next question. So team fight, choose hyphen. House it is. Please open house for team fight. Okay, here's a question. We have 1 minute. The finding present on torso of an excavator operator found dead on the ground at a road construction site. With respect to the findings, the construction company claims that this is because of the asphalt surface, but the operator's colleagues think that it is either because of the electrical power lines which were there or superheated water. Which of the following is the most likely cause? I want you to give me a specific cause for the injury you see in the image.
This is a crocodile skin appearance, which happens because of due to spark burn because of the electric power line.
So yes, exactly, that is the right answer. So now we get to answer the sub questions. There are 5 sub questions. As you can see, the photograph shows electrical arcing injury. Okay, let's move on to the sub questions. Here are your sub questions. You have 1 minute to answer sub questions. I'm sorry. Just a minute. Can I answer any
That first is bone pearls.
Yeah, exactly. That is the right answer. Can attempt any other question.
Third is brain vesication.
No, sorry. I want you to give me the location of the injuries in the third question. Yeah, or you can attempt any.
Keranographic markings are the marks which are found on the body because of lightning.
Yeah, so your time is up. Sorry. So you got the first question right, and you got the 5th question right. Can I have the answer, please? Yeah, the first one was right. The heat generated may cause bone pearls. And third one, I wanted you to tell me the exact places of the injury: scalp and the right calf. That is where judicial execution is done. So we'll move on to the next question. So team 2 scores 10 points for the diagnosis, and they got 2 sub questions right, so they got 4 points. So team 4, you can choose a hyperlink.
MD.
Sorry. Sorry. House MD was. It chose House MD of asthma complained of difficulty in breathing. He was later found unresponsive by his mom. Emergency medical services personnel responded, and despite aggressive resuscitative efforts, he was declared dead. Autopsy showed the following picture, and the staph muscle hemorrhage was present. The hide burn was intact. So, what is your most likely conclusion based on the history and the given image? You have 35 seconds more. You have 25 seconds. You can attempt. There is no negative marking.
Strangulation or manual throttling.
No, sorry. You have 15 seconds more. You try again.
Artifact. Postmortem artifact.
I want you to specify the artifact.
Resuscitation artifact because of introduction of laryngoscope during resuscitation.
Excellent, excellent. That is the right answer. So, can you open the sub questions, please? So, here are your questions. You can attempt any question. You have 1 minute.
Abduction fracture, adduction fracture, and a combination of adduction and abduction where both features are present, seen in hand.
Yeah, okay, sure. I'll give you that. You can attempt the other question.
Okay, second question is garroting, Spanish windlass.
No, sorry.
That is a judicial garroting where there is Spanish is practiced in which form of strangulation? Strangulation.
You can attempt the other questions. You can get back to that later.
What is the best indicator of antemortem drowning? Best indicator.
You have 30 seconds more.
Jetler's test is used to diagnose the freshwater drowning based on fluoride content in the ventricles.
I'll give you that, correct?
Okay, outer covering of diatoms made up of diatomaceous earth. Silica.
Yeah, exactly.
Best indicator of antemortem drowning.
Yeah, your time is up, sorry. So, you get 10 points for the diagnosis, and you got the first question, fourth and the fifth question right. So, you get total of 16 points in this round. The answer for the second question was Bunstola. And the outer covering was made of silica. The best indicator for antemortem drowning is froth in the nostrils. And the other questions you got.
Excuse me.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Bunstola is actually technique using bamboo sticks, 2 bamboo sticks between neck and one on the in front of throat, practiced in northern parts of India, whereas Spanish windlass was practiced in Western world, where a person was seated on a chair and then a circular iron cuff was placed across him, and from behind they used to turn the key.
Yes, but okay, so we'll get back to you on that. So we'll move on to the next question.
So we'll verify and we'll get back to you.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Next question is for team 3.
Scrubs.
Team 3. Scrubs. Okay. Please open scrubs for team 3. You have 1 minute. A 19-year-old woman presented to the emergency department with fatigue and unexplained muscle pain starting crying before the hospital visit. The patient had no history of depression or mood disorders and was not taking any medication for mood disorders. She regularly drinks tea at school and noticed that the taste was different from ordinary tea for the past 10 days. On the next day, she felt muscle pain in both thighs that spread gradually to the lower legs. On the 7th day, the patient suffered from plantar numbness and gastrocnemius muscle pain, with nausea and abdominal pain and hair loss in the temporal region. She also developed papillomacular rash and mental confusion. What was the girl poisoned with? You have 30 seconds more. You can attempt.
Arsenic.
No, sorry. You can try again. You have 10 seconds more.
Thallium.
Yes, exactly. Thallium is the answer. So now we can answer your 5 sub questions. Okay, here's your questions. You have 1 minute.
Arsenophagist is someone who takes arsenic in small amounts daily, and he has for aphrodisiac purposes, and he has developed a tolerance to it.
I give you that, correct.
Prussian blue is used for stomach wash and thallium poisoning.
Exactly. You have 30 seconds more. You can attempt the other 3. You have 20 seconds more. You can try. You have 10 seconds more. Okay, your time is up. Can I have the answers, please? So you got the first one correct. The second one, thallium acts by blocking the sodium potassium ATPase form. The third one is also known as manganese barrenness. There are symptoms of insomnia, confusion, anxiety, hallucination, and bizarre behavior. And Groote-Eylandt syndrome is another name for Angurgu syndrome, which is seen characteristically in miners of Australian island. Okay, so you got the case right, and you got 2 sub questions right. So you get 14 points in this round. We'll move on to the next question. Team 2, are you ready?
Yeah, what all are pending?
Yeah, you have Grey's Anatomy and you have Doctor Who. Please choose one hyperlink.
We'll go with Doctor Who.
Okay, please open Doctor Who. Okay, here's a question. A term infant was recovered from a trash can at a college campus. The suspected 20-year-old mother who concealed a pregnancy realized that the infant was born unexpectedly into a toilet with no signs of life. Foamy liquid was noted in the toilet upon investigation. An external exam documented froth at the nurse. I want you to specify the cause of death for me. You have 40 seconds more. You can try. There is no negative marking. You have 20 seconds more.
Is it drowning?
Yeah, exactly. It is drowning. You get the question right. The froth emanating from the descendant's nares and the froth in the toilet water, they both point to drowning as a cause of death. Now you can answer your sub questions. There are 5 questions and you have 1 minute to answer those. Okay, the timer starts now.
Redin's test is the absence of the gelatinous tissue and the presence of air in the middle ear cavity.
Yes. Is it reliable?
Reliable for the scenario. Okay. I'll go to the next question and come. Breslau's second law of life test in this scenario. I think, Breslau's second law of test, I think presence of air in the GI tract, I think that will be relevant because the child must have been born alive. And,
okay, exactly.
What is second ready for a basic and since the delivery happened immediately, the death happened immediately after the delivery, I think she can take advantage of 84 epicycles. Immediately, the female cannot be held responsible.
Yeah.
Stillbirth is the death in the uterine. During the delivery, death birth is death in utero. Prolonged stillbirth.
Sorry, your time is up.
Yeah.
You got the first 3 questions correctly. Can I have the answers, please? So the person he got it correct. Because the child is live born, so in this test, middle ear cavity air will be present and bubble will come out of the water, but this is not at all reliable. And the second question he got it right. Stomachs and intestine will float because the baby was born alive. Next question, please. Next slide, please. Okay, in section 84 IPC, it says that the act of a person of unsound mind, nothing is an offense which is done by a person who at the time of doing it, by reason of unsoundness of mind, is not capable of knowing the nature of the act. Here the girl can take benefit of that. And the fourth question, he got it partially right. That is all. Thank you. So at the end of this round, they get 10 points for the case diagnosis and three questions right, sub questions. So you get 16 points. We'll move on to the next question. Next slide, please. So team 1, are you ready?
Only one is left.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we have only one left, so we'll open the question for you. Please open the question. The timer starts now. These items are recovered from the pants pockets of a man involved in a motor vehicle crash. What drug will be positive on toxicology screening? Yeah, 50 seconds more.
Sorry, is this Abras Africatus?
No, sorry. Can you look at the-
Ricin, sir? Ricin communist?
No, sorry. You can attempt again. You have 30 seconds more.
Cocaine?
Yeah, cocaine is the answer. You got it right. Why do you tell it is cocaine? I gave you the point, but I just want you to. Why do you tell it is cocaine?
So because of the needle, like.
Yeah, okay, sure. I'll give it to you. And can I get the sub question, please? You get 10 points for diagnosis. The object given in the middle is the homemade crack pipe. We can see the metal mesh material in one side, and that points to the cocaine as the object. Okay, we'll have the sub question, please. Okay, here is the sub question. We have 1 minute. Timer starts now.
Sir, blood preservative is fluoride, sir.
Yeah, correct. I give it to you.
Fluoride.
Yeah, correct. You can attempt the other question. That is correct.
Yes, sir. Cocaine toxicity antidote. Sir, goose
Yeah,
limbs
30
SL
seconds.
means that turkey, cold turkey.
No, sorry. I
Cold
wanted to give
turkey,
me an
the goose
exact
limbs.
number. No, sorry.
Okay, sir.
You can attempt again. You have 2 more
Sir,
questions and
cocaine
you have 10.
cannot be. Sir, fourth one true.
No, false. Wrong. Get the question wrong. You can attempt the other questions. You have 10 seconds more. You have 5 seconds. The time is up. Sorry.
Sorry.
Can I have the answer, please? So, according to the Gosselin-Zittau classification, 400 milligram per kg comes under very toxic or poor. Cotton fever is the fever developing due to injection of water extract of the cotton remaining after heroin supply is used in a bag. Fluoride, you got it right. And cocaine, nicotine, and barbiturate can be found in the stomach if given parenterally. And the inhalation antidote is amyl nitrate. So, you get the diagnosis right, and you got one sub question right. And that is the end of this round. I pass on the platform to the moderator. Can I have the scores, please, for the 4 teams?
Before displaying the scores, I would like to answer the query for team 4. This is regards to the second round. Okay, so you have answered the question correctly, plus you answered 3 clues correctly. So you will be given 17.5 marks for round 2. Do you have any further queries, team 4? Okay, thank you. I call on the quiz master for the 5th round, Mr. Gurusaran Sarvanan. You may have the floor.
So, round 5, anthrax. Let's move on to the rules. Each team will be given 2 questions to answer. So, time limit for the 2 questions is 1 minute. It is team's decision to answer one or both the questions. So, for each correct responses, you will get 10 points. The maximum score for this round is 20 points. In case of not attempting a single question or answering a question incorrectly, you will get a negative score. That is minus 10 points. We'll start from team 1. Team 1, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's move on to the first question. Question, please. Your time starts now. What is popping disease? Most sophisticated tool for gunshot residue test.
Excuse me,
Team?
sir.
Yes.
Sir, we are attempting both.
Okay. Answer, please.
Second one is Sem-Medaxa.
Yes. Correct. You're getting 10 points.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, it is barium, due to barium muscle weakness.
Yeah, you're correct. Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. To the answer, please. So popping disease is due to barium exposure. Correct. You got it correct. Children suffer most commonly. Symptoms are muscle weakness and paralysis. Yes. Second question answer is scanning electron microscopy, energy dispersal X-ray analysis, Sem-Medaxa. Okay. So team 1 is getting 20 points. Scorers, please note. Okay. Team 2, are you ready? Let's go for the question. Okay. Question, please. What is Schonstein test? Schonstein test is used for the analysis of which OPC component or selective inhibitors of RBC cholinesterase. Your time starts. Time is ticking. Team 2, do you want to attend?
Analysis of lithium toxicity, Sonnenschein test.
No, sorry. The answer is incorrect. Do you want to attempt the second question? Okay, to the answer. So Schonstein test is used for strychnine and it's the OPC components dimethoxide and phosphate. So team 2 is getting minus 10 points for this round. I repeat, team 2 is getting minus 10 points for this round. So team 3, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Question, please. What is Jigai trial? Corrective factor for temperature time of death rating nomogram in a naked body which is still in water is? Team 3, do you want to attempt? Your time is ticking. Moderator, time please. Team 3, final call for the answer. Do you want to attempt?
Time's up.
Yeah, the time is up. Answer please. Jigai trial is female ritual suicide known as Jigai trial. Was practiced by the wives of samurai who have committed seppuku or brought dishonors. Usually they'll cut their throat. Okay. The corrective factor is 0.5. Team 3 is getting minus 10 as they didn't attempt any question. So team 4, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So the question, please. The poisoning causes this poison causes difficulty in walking, paraplegia. These are most common in men. What poisoning is this? And second question, in seatbelt syndrome, which is the most common internal organ to injure? Team 4, your time is ticking.
Second one, Peritoneum.
Yes. Yes, it's mesentery. Actually, correct. You'll get 10 points.
Okay, we are not answering first one.
Okay. So you have answered one question correctly. To the answer, please. Yeah, the answer for the first question is lateral sativus and rupture of mesentery. You guys got 10 points. Scorers, please note, team 4 scored 10 points in this round. Next question to team 5. Team 5, are you ready?
Yeah. Excuse me, we are getting 1 minute for this round, right?
Yes.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, question please. State the law associated with multiple pregnancy. IPC section deals with forgery.
We are answering both questions. For
Yeah,
the
sure.
first one, the law associated with multiple pregnancies, Helen's law.
Yeah,
which
it's correct.
Second question is IPC 463.
Yeah, exactly. We are getting plus 20. Okay, to the answer please. The answer is Helen's law and IPC section 463 for forgery. You're getting plus 20. Scorers, please note, team 5 is getting 20, plus 20. Team 6, are you ready?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, sure. To the question, please. Pills, one sold as blue coffin pills. Which plant poison produces symptoms similar to viperian snake bite? Your time is ticking.
The answer for the second one is Abris precatorius.
Yes, exactly. You're getting a plus 10 for that.
Pills one sold is.
Moderator, please stick to the time.
Yeah, we're not answering first question.
Okay. Answer, please. Yeah, the first question answer is blue coffin pills is mercury chloride. And the second question, Abris precatorius. You got the second question right. You're scoring plus 10. So team 6, your score for this round is plus 10. Scorers, please note. And that's the end of the 5th round.
Teams, can we start the final round of today, the grand finale of Indicia 2020? It's rapid fire. Can we begin? I'll walk you through the rules of this round. Each team gets a total of 9 questions in this round. The time limit is 60 seconds. Any member of the team may answer, but not at the same time. A question, once answered, cannot be attempted again. The correct answer will fetch you 5 points. There is no negative scoring. On answering all the 9 questions correctly, a bonus of 5 points will be awarded. Is that clear?
Can we just pass the questions and then return to that question again?
Yes, sure, sir. Sure, you can do that. But then once you've answered a question correctly or incorrectly, you can never go back to it again.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. For this team, it starts with team 6. Team 6, please be ready.
Yes, we're ready.
Good. And yes, begins now. What is the cause of polymer fumes fever? What is Condy's crystals? Malignant act likely to spread infection of disease
dangerous to life comes under which IPC section?
One is Teflon. Polymer fumes favor is Teflon.
Superb. Yes, come again. Second.
Third question is section 270 IPC.
Exactly, I give it to you.
Oniomania is the impulsive thing to crop.
Exactly, good.
So suture's closure, that's false. It happens in female.
Correct.
It's false. Commonest cause of death for using enema syringe for
What's the answer? You just have 23 seconds.
term cases was coined by
Commonest cause of death from using enema syringe for criminals. Expand AFIS. The term cafe coronary was coined by 17, 10, 9, 8. Yes, ICATS test. You have an answer. You have an answer 2, 4, 7, 8, and 9. Sorry, time's up.
Okay.
Sorry, time's up. You have answered first question, third question, fifth question, and sixth question correctly. And you're getting a total of 20 points. Here are the answers. The cause of polymer fumes fever, as you told, it's right. It's Teflon or polytetraethylene. Condy's crystal refers to potassium permanganate or purple salt or chameleon mineral. Malignant act likely to spread infection of disease, dangerous to life, comes under 270. It's right. ICATS test was used to detect active circulation. Oniomania is compulsive buying disorder. Sutures close in skull occurs later in male than in females. It's false. Commonest cause of death from using enema syringe for criminals. It's rupture of colon, air embolism. AFIS is automated fingerprint identification system, and the term cafe coronary was coined by Roger Hogan. Well played, team 6. Team 5, the next question is to you. Can we start?
Yeah.
Super. The postmortem appearance of heart and thallium poison. What is epidemic dropsy? Define section 354 IPC. The use of 354 IPC is for violation of women's modesty. It has sexual assault, voyeurism. Please be more specific. You still have got 8
Dipsomania is compulsive need to drink alcohol.
Exactly. Paraffin test is gunshot residue for gunshot residue. A3 indicates attrition till 1/3 of the till when it reaches the dentine. Yes, correct.
Question 6 is true.
Sorry, you cannot attempt question 6. It's false. 7 cathepsin. Correct. You still have an answer. Question 1, 2, 3, 9.
Use of paraffin test, kerosene poisoning.
That we did that. You've answered wrongly. You cannot attempt 4. You can still answer. Okay, sorry, the time's up. I'm sorry, the time's up. You've answered question 5, 7, and 8 correctly. 3 questions. You're getting 15 points in this round. Excuse me, we also answered 4 paraffin tests. The correct answer for paraffin is like it's used to detect nitrite or nitrate firearm residues in a suspect's arm. We mentioned gunshot. 1 minute. Yes. I'll give it to you. Sorry. So these are the answers. The postmortem appearance of heart and thallium poison is tabby cat striation in ventricles. Epidemic dropsy, it's a form of edema of extremities due to poisoning of Argemone mexicana. Section 354, voyeurism. Paraffin test, it is used to detect nitrates or nitrites on the firearm residues on a suspect's hand. Dipsomania is an irresistible desire to drink alcohol. The union of epiphysis and diaphysis is an event and not process. It's a false statement. Enzyme that is increased immediately in periphery of an antemortem burn is tishocathepsin. As you told, it's right. A3 in Gustafson method indicates attrition reaching pulp. The act related to forensic medicine passed in 1906 was Workspin Compensation Act. So you're getting 20 points for this round, and gunshot is right. I've noted it. Sorry. You're getting it right. Next, team 4, please be ready.
Quizmaster, I just have a request.
Yeah.
As soon as the timer starts, can you please not repeat the questions because we'll read it and start answering at the same moment.
Sure, I have no problem. Sure, you can do that.
Okay, please start. Manish,
Very warm good evening. To all the participants and audience of the National Level Forensic Medicine and Toxicology Online Quiz Indonesia 2020. This is really a well coordinated, well organized quiz program I have ever seen, even though there was a little bit technical errors yesterday. All the participants are participated with full enthusiasm. My congratulations to all the participants. Registered almost 800 plus in this online quiz of forensic medicine. Now, the time to announce the results. Team 6 got 71.5 marks. That is Madras Medical College, Shruti, Ravishankar and Nilavati. Then Team 5, Jipmar Puducherry, comprising of Amit Singh and Arshi Kolana, has scored 96.5. Then Team 4 of Mysore Medical College, comprising Ryan, McLean D'Souza and Preetham, have scored 93.5 marks. Then Team 3, Jipmar Puducherry, Gayatri Jinesh and Hazel Ann have scored 44 marks. Then Team 2 of Jipmar Puducherry, Karthik L and Anirudh AS have scored 21. And Team 1 of Government Tirunelveli Medical College, Indumati and Arati Shakti Balasya have scored 57 points. So now the Indonesia 2020 National Level Forensic Medicine online quiz third place goes to Team 6 of Madras Medical College, have scored 71.5 marks. I'm congratulating the members Shruti, Ravishankar and Nilavati. Then the second prize goes to Team 4 of Mysore Medical College, Rian, McLean D'Souza and Preetham. Then the first prize of Indonesia 2020 goes to Team 5 of Jipmar Puducherry, comprising Amit Singh and Arshi Kolana. My heartfelt congratulations to all the winners. This is a time to say a word regarding Indonesia 2020 is a brainchild of my PG colleague, Dr. Tamilmani, the then HOD in charge of Tanjavur Medical College, who started the Indonesia just 4 years back. Even in this pandemic COVID-19, our department wants to continue in the online platform. For that, our beloved Dean and Vice Principals have extended their full support to conduct this program. And the pillar of the Department of Forensic Medicine and Toxicology of our college, Dr. Uday Banu, who worked without any tiredness for the past 2 months to support and encourage the quiz masters and the students while preparing the online quiz. And I want to thank our new pillar of the department, Dr. Arulmari Kannan. By this word, I just want to conclude my talk. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Hearty congratulations to all the teams, especially to the winning teams. Now, I request Dr. S.V. Aruneshwar to deliver the vote of thanks. Sir?
A pleasant evening to all the participants, the guests, and the faculties gathered for the grand finale of Indicia 2020. Before I propose the formal vote of thanks, I would like to just take a few words about Indicia, which started in 2017 and continuing for the 4th year continuously. We try to introduce new innovations every year. We try to give our best. It was in 2018 that we introduced the first WhatsApp quiz among colleges, and in 2019, last year, we introduced the rapid fire quizzes in WhatsApp, and this year we tried to bring out WhatsApp status quizzes in the semi-final rounds of Indicia. Congratulations to all the winners of Indicia 2020. I would like to wish each and every participant of Indicia 2020. Without you people, this event would not have been a grand success. There were a few changes in semi-finals. We had teams which scored the top. Today, they are in 2nd or 3rd positions. It doesn't matter. It was a wonderful performance by each and every team in the grand finale. And we also request you to forgive us for the delay which happened from yesterday to today. It was just a technical error and which we were not used to. Hope you don't mind those. And I would like to thank our most beloved Dean, Professor Dr. Marudurai sir, for supporting us and encouraging us and granting us permission at the right way when we asked for it. We will also like to thank our Vice Principal, Dr. Arumugam sir, our Medical Superintendent, Professor Dr. Balasubramaniam sir, our Resident Medical Officers, Professor Dr. Selvam sir, and Dr. Usha Devi ma'am. This event is because of the pillars of this event, our head of the department, Dr. Saravanan sir. Saravanan sir was here with us just a week before Indicia 3.0. I still remember we were all thinking how we would be able to cooperate with sir, but the amount of motivation and support and guidance which he gave at the last moment, I still remember. We thank you very much, sir. I would like to thank Dr. Arulmadi Kannan sir for lending his advices and motivation throughout the event. I would like to thank our most beloved Dr. Uday Banu ma'am, who constantly encourages us and teaches us how things should be done in the right way for the event. I still remember in 2018 Indicia event, ma'am was with her few months old child for the whole 2-day event, the before night and the next day. Ma'am was here lending so much support, and we were astonished and we learned from ma'am the dedication and things. We thank you very much, ma'am, for supporting us, and we assure you that the upcoming years also Indicia would be continued. I would fail in my duty if I fail to thank Dr. Tamilmani sir, who was the founder of this event, and I would also like to thank him for the support. Even now, being at Madras Medical College as associate professor, sir always motivates us when I keep on asking when is the event and all the other things. I thank Dr. Tamilmani sir for initiating us and giving us this wonderful opportunity of organizing the beautiful event of Indicia. I would like to thank all the professors, assistant professors, and the faculty of departments of all the departments of Thanjavur Medical College. Special thanks to all our seniors and juniors who are guiding us from every year for organizing this event. And the special thanks and the congratulations and wishes to the batch of Dersilians who, despite this pandemic, were organizing this event, working hard days and nights, all the question setting team, the technical team, the team of organizing the WhatsApp quizzes. We thank each and every soul of 2017 batch, all the seniors and all the juniors who were lending our support to make this event a grand success. Kindly forgive me if I had failed to thank any person. It is all the prayers and wishes, and we thank each and every soul who participated in this event and helped us in organizing this Indicia 2020 in a smooth way. We thank one and all, and I thank each and every one of 2017 batch to giving me this opportunity to propose the vote of thanks of this grand finale. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir.
Just stop the video.
Thank you, teams.
நான் சொல்றேன் உனக்கு என்னன்னு.
Come to an end of the session, grand finale of Indicia 2020. We thank all the participants, the organizing team, the quiz committee, our faculties who took part in this event. Thank you one and all.